What's up, guys? This is your boy That Black, and I'm coming to you guys today with just to talk about the Oculus Go and what the Oculus Quest has in store for us, and the many people who have already pre-ordered, but also really more than anything else, looking back at really what started this, the whole entire thing itself, and that's the Oculus Go, and talking about how I believe that the Oculus Go, even after the Quest drops out, will actually still be going strong, and has already been said towards plenty of people before that the Oculus Quest, when it comes out, will actually have, its own set audience for it. And the more and more that I actually sit down and continue to play my Oculus Go, I've actually seen that, and more for it, that it's actually happening. So why do I believe that the Oculus Quest is going to have, if not a bigger audience of people when it comes out? And I think it's more about curiosity than anything else. A lot of people are curious on how it plays. There's already been gameplay of a few games that's already out there that have been played, and the simple fact that you could get up to, I think it's 2 hours of gameplay on top of it being wireless free. Now, that's one reason that I'm actually getting it, basically because with this VR headset, you kind of have to, you treated it like it was a mobile headset minus the phone. It was just like all you have to do is use your mobile device just to set it up, and after that you're all good to go. And I even heard that with the new one that you should be able to plug a power pack to it and get more hours out of it. This is my thing. The problem with overheating on these things is something serious. I suffered this actually when I did the Oculus VR room chat setup, when I was actually playing with my friend M Trilogy. And during the middle part of that, my system was really running hot, and even his system started to run hot. Mind you, we had fun actually playing that, but the video you see is pretty much that game that we were set up in, and it was nice for the most part. I'm talking about I could play games against this guy. We could actually chill back, talk, and this own VR world room that we have, like other places in the game as well, that you can actually go out and meet people, and which is also something really nice for a simple VR game like this. But just to make it even better is you have chess, Monopoly, all of this, all these different type of board games that you can play against someone, and it was just like, wow. Like that's the best way to put it, is it was set up very nicely and they executed everything. But I think the thing was, it uses way too much power to actually run that particular server or the game that it's on, if I could say that, if that makes sense. Because every single time I've tried to jump into this game, if I'm there by myself, there's no problem. But another thing I've actually noticed is when you have music playing in the background and you have a board game going on in front of you with another person being in that room with you, also doing interactions and stuff like that, there tends to be a little problem. And the problem is, I believe that it makes the system overheat, or the Oculus Go overheat. And I think that's something that they might want to look into, is maybe installing a fan port or something in there. Like I said, I don't know, maybe make it easier where you could clean it out or something like that, or at least air it out. I don't know how that would work, but I would honestly, to my approval, I believe them just putting a simple fan in there with that would actually help it. Because my greatest fear of the Oculus Go is, how am I ensured if I stick with my Oculus Go that the life of it is going to stay any longer than what it is now. Now with the Quest, it seems like maybe it has a fan in it. I'm not 100% sure, don't judge me on this, but the one main thing I've actually heard and seen is people saying that there's, they have people who gotten it early have used a power pack, and the system rarely overheats due to that. that seems awesome on their end. Like I said, I have to try that myself to actually see, because I said it's not a lot of people saying this. It's just a handful of people who are saying that it runs well without, overheating. So I'm not 100% sure, definitely with a power bank, that it wouldn't overheat. I really believe if it doesn't have a fan, or it's similar to the counterparts of the Oculus Go, that it will overheat. And that could become an issue depending on how long I plan on using this. Mind you, I haven't even had my Oculus Quest for a full year. I've only had it since Valentine's Day, this past Valentine's Day. So not a very long time, but a good amount, and I have enjoyed it with the horror games that I've played. I've enjoyed it with the zombie shooter game and a lot of things. So I just actually want to let you guys know that it's possible that, maybe there's a way that this could work. I know that there is something that they're using with the Go to actually make it similar, but yet cheaper than the Oculus Quest. But the way it's set up is like you're paying almost close to the same price, and in other standpoints, I think it could be better off if it could be modded to actually have a coolant system in it, or maybe a fan or something like that, so it doesn't overheat, because overheating kills so much of the energy out of that battery, and it shuts off by random when it overheats, and you might not be able to use it for the rest of that day. And that's a scary thing itself too. If I'm playing on the Oculus Go with my friends and find out that, oh, my system's overheating, and I try to shut it off, but it dies out on me before it's too late. I've had that happen. And the scariest thing is you don't want to plug that thing up while it's running hot, because you don't know if the battery is heating up way too much, and you don't want to damage your battery where your battery starts to die out way before it, as long as it takes you to charge it up. Because really, mine's a charge up in an hour, and I have no issue with that. But I think it's something that we definitely want to take time out to kind of think about. But like I said, so far it's been a great investment. The only issue that I have with the Oculus Go is that sometimes it does overheat, and that's one thing I'm curious about with the Quest. But from what I've been hearing, they fixed that issue, and there's not a lot of VR rips in it where you turn your head and it seems like the screen has split or something for a quick second. I've noticed that they've actually fixed that issue within Oculus Quest, and a lot of people are saying that it's running a lot more smoother. But you also have to think too, this is using not a upgrade game card or anything like that. It's using like a cell phone model gaming phone card in it that actually is just I think a year or so old, but and even the lights of how you actually see that's actually still pretty good. But who's to say that there will or will not be issues? I will be getting a warranty on mine when I get it. But yeah, that's just pretty much it. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just hoping that it doesn't have some of the issues that the Go has had. And mind you, I still have my Go, and I actually love that thing a lot. But that small issue does go a long way with a lot of people. Like I said, I've played people in VR poker. I've played people, with people in, the virtual rooms and all of that stuff. And it's just like the worst thing to happen is, you're chatting it up with somebody and you meet somebody who's really cool. And before you could add them as a friend to the game that you're playing, your system just blanks out on you or shuts off without even letting you know anything, or blanks on and out until it shuts off. That's the worst feeling that you can possibly have at that moment, besides being thankful that it didn't blow up in your face. But it's just scary to see something pop up and says that your system is overheating, and that's something that I will never ever do again. But it's just something to be cautious of too. But yeah, take that as a grain of salt. I hope you guys actually like this video. If you do, leave a like. If you once again, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you want to see other content on here, I have plenty of playlists that you could go through just by going to my video section and clicking on which playlist that may apply to you. This is your boy, The Black Oni, signing out in 3, 2, 1.